I'm currently away from my normal station. I'm somewhere very, very beautiful on the coastline of Kent in England, and I'm having a nice time enjoying the last few days of summer. I haven't had much time off this year, so I'm really grateful to be down here. I'm actually also working, so it's not a full holiday, which is why I'm still making videos. I want to talk about something I've seen in the media lately, and I've noticed a kind of energy developing against Ethereum. I've seen two major bits of FUD that came out against Ethereum that may end up actually benefiting XRP. The first one is the FUD about Vitalik himself moving 600 or so ETH to Coinbase, and that is over $1 million in valuation if we were to sell at today's prices. A lot of people are wondering why Vitalik would need to sell that much Ethereum, because why else would you move so much ETH from such an ancient wallet to Coinbase, which is where most people usually sell that much when it comes to Bitcoin or ETH. Some have speculated that maybe he needs the money to prop up something, maybe he's trying to give it to charity, or maybe there's a lawsuit or whatever. Who knows what he needs the money for, taxes, whatever. Anyway, if it's his money, then he should have a right to use it, right? I mean, I don't understand why there's always this weird feeling about someone spending their own money, right? It's his money. Why can't he spend it? Why can't he do with it as he pleases? Maybe he wants to distribute it to other people, who knows, right? But whatever, there's a whale that size, especially Vitalik, since he's the top man when it comes to Ethereum, there's always panic, right? So there's a bit of a weird panic going on with that. And usually whales, other whales that have such large accounts, will watch people like Vitalik, what they're up to decide what to do with their funds, right? So if someone like Vitalik were to be selling because they're expecting something in the future that we don't know about, that's perceived as some kind of rug pull, even though that much ETH, 600, is actually nothing in the grand scheme of things. If it was somebody else that was selling that much ETH, most people wouldn't even bat an eyelid. I think it's because of the person that's apparently selling the ETH. That's the actual problem. The second bit of FUD that I've seen is an apparent whistleblower that came out and talked about how Ethereum is a scam and how all these ERC20 tokens are actually a way to create exit liquidity for Ethereum whales. And there's a whole video about it. You can probably find it on Twitter. And I watched it, and I have two opinions about that video. First of all, I don't completely buy that this is actually true, that this person speaking is actually being truthful, that they are indeed an Ethereum whale and lost hundreds of millions of dollars. I don't buy it, full stop. And let's even assume that that is true. Ethereum is so large, and there's so many of these projects that are sitting on ETH that I find it difficult that these were all sort of coordinated. Everyone who's developed dApps on top of ETH, all of these companies that are running layer 2s, and all these tokens that people are using to, trade derivatives, DeFi, and all of that is all a grand scheme to try and siphon money away from the masses as exit liquidity for Ethereum whales. Yes, by nature, a lot of the projects are scams, a lot of the projects are rug pulls, and a lot of the projects are just projects that failed, right? And a lot of those projects are also projects that are viable, they're successful, and they're moving forward. Some of them are charities, some of them have actually done some good in society. So to blanket say that all ERC20 tokens were a grand scheme to siphon money away from the masses, exit liquidity, etc., blah, 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 I don't buy it, right? Now, regardless of whether it's true or not, one thing that all that sort of stuff does is it generates FUD in the ecosystem. And when there's FUD in the ecosystem, people start to panic, because the whole cryptocurrency price thing, the speculation thing, ups and downs, that's all ruled by the fundamental fear and greed index. How are people feeling? It's ruled by emotions, not necessarily logic, right? And when emotions start to boil, action happens. So isn't this bad for everyone? Well, not necessarily. Now, when FUD happens on Ethereum and Ethereum whales panic, what they usually do is they move their money somewhere else. One direction that they may move it is Bitcoin, of course, which is where a lot of people run to in a panic in the cryptocurrency sphere. But right now they have a new alternative, and that's XRP, because the difference now is XRP now has legal clarity, and there's a lot of frenzy building up around XRP, and XRP appears to be exempt from some of these FUD that people are generating. So just the nature of XRP itself, the technology doesn't lend itself to this whole ERC20 scam ecosystem that they've described. So a viable place that these guys might move their money is XRP, which means if panic ensues in Ethereum, we can expect some of that money to flow down to XRP. And I wouldn't be surprised if some of those whales are already doing so. Judging by the crash that we're just recovering from, a couple of days ago, you noticed that the XRP price came back a little bit harder than the rest of the altcoins. Yes, it suffered a bigger crash during the downturn, but on the bounce, it bounced a lot harder than most of the other altcoins, which kind of suggests that a lot of buying of XRP is happening in the background, and some people are adamant to stock up as much as possible. Again, none of this stuff is financial advice. It's just the opinion of a YouTuber on holiday, enjoying this beautiful weather. It's 25 degrees Celsius here in southern England, and it's absolutely gorgeous. I'm going to show you a montage of some of the pictures I've taken while I've been in this beautiful place. I will see you in the next video. Peace.